Hello, and welcome to Color Commentary. I'm TJ, and I'll be talking to you today about a brand new show called Naomi. This is a new DC character that has been created by Brian Michael Bendis a few years ago, I believe. I don't know a whole lot about the character. The little research I was able to do prior to watching the first episode of her show I learned a few things, and I've seen some things that I see that they're bringing into the story from the things that I did read. Um, I think that it's going to be interesting to see. I'm glad, first of all, that they're making a new character and that they're giving it real spotlight, giving it a show and everything. So kudos to that, you know what I'm saying? And especially being a black character. How often does that happen? Just saying. Um, let's get into it with this. Spoilers! Okay. Naomi, episode 1. This show comes on the CW. The production value is a little better than the average CW show, so I'm hoping that they don't fall into, the cliche CW trap of teen angst and drama. Like, okay, we get it, but still, because it is a bunch of teenagers in this show, and Naomi being one of them. She's 17 years old, and she's adopted. They live in Port Oswego. I think that's Oregon, I believe. And it's very picturesque. It's beautiful. I love it. Got a big mountain in the background when you go to the town square, the main street. And it looks nice. It's a nice place. I'm like, I can. As she traveled to school on her skateboard, which she's very good at, in the first episode at the beginning. You get to really see the town. I'm like, oh, they're gonna have some awesome fights in this town. It's gonna be really nice. I can't wait to see it. So it's gonna be good. Her parents seem nice. Her father works for the military. There's a military base in this town, so that's where he's at. And her mother is a linguistics expert, so of course Naomi also knows a ton of different languages, which is cool, so that was cool. And then, she's your average teenager. She going to parties, apparently this party that she went to was ex-boyfriend. Um, she got a best friend. I can't remember her name at the moment because I did just watch this episode. Honestly, did just watch it. Still forgot her name. Um, it they're setting up this love triangle type deal going on because there's a white dude that she was dating. She broke up with him, started dating this other dude whose party it was, the black dude. Then she broke up with him. Now she's flirting around with the girl that worked at the comic book store with the purple hair, which I'm like, okay, she's just all over the place. She don't know what she wants. Which is what her parents told her later on at dinner when they're like, girl, you're going to have to make a decision at some point. You can't keep stringing people along. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of bogus. It is. Naomi, make a decision. Who do you want? Curious to see who she's going to choose because they are very different. But I see how they could all possibly bring something else to the table for her too in her personality. So I see some clashes happening in the future. It's coming. That's the teen angst I'm expecting. That's all I need. Meanwhile, she was on her way to do a debate in class at school, and yeah, all the phones go off. There's a big thing going on in Main Street. What's going on? Superman is fighting some big blue person, and she was on her way there to go see what happened because she got the number 3 top Superman website. You know what I'm saying, in the world, and she's very proud of it. So am I, because I am a Superman stan like she is, and I love it. So anyway, just a little bias there, letting you know. Um, she didn't make it. She passed out. She fainted. We didn't know what happened. Oh my God, what happened? So she did all this investigating because she wanted to know for herself what really happened, and she missed it. She seen the little fuzzy him flying over her, but that was it. So then she gathered all of this footage from everybody in town. She did all these interviews for her website because, of course, people on her website want to know what happened too. Because apparently nothing like this has ever happened in this town before. It's all brand new. Okay. Hmm. The one lady made it a point for one lady to say, I've been here 60 years and I ain't never seen nothing like it. I'm like, oh, okay. That was interesting that y'all made sure we got that point, okay. Which we find out later was fake because 17 years ago, some crazy thing happened over Port Oswego and it was in the newspaper and who was in the picture? Oh, little baby Naomi getting adopted. And also somebody else was there. It's very strange, which I happened to notice from the footage that they had gathered that her friend had put together for her and edited so she could see what really happened. Oh yeah, I'm like, who's this dude that's in like almost every shot? And sure enough, when they slowed it down, and look for themselves. Yeah, that was him, the tattoo dude. His name apparently is D. They go to see him, and I'm like, okay, first of all, he's too big to not be a problem. Secondly, what's going on with this dude? He's got secrets. Secrets written all over him. Him and the car salesman dude, Swego or Bago or whatever his name is. Yeah, he just oozes evil. I don't know what he is or where he came from, but he talked to her in the forest like they had some type of kinship, and I'm waiting on him to see what that could possibly be. I thought it was him using powers. Apparently, it was her, and she didn't know it because he's like, "You think I did that? No, I didn't." And he's amused at her confusion. Meanwhile, D here at the tattoo shop don't want to hardly tell her nothing. Dude, tell me something. What's going on here? Okay, so he told her basically nothing other than she asking the wrong damn questions. So they get the big idea after she done been intimidated by the car lot dude in the woods to go and break into his place. Why? Typical teenage dumb idea. It failed miserably because they went in there, they found nothing except for her finding that newspaper article, and that was it. All of that was for what? We did the Scooby Doo gang crew gather for. Oh, wait, nothing. Yeah. Okay. Let's not go down that route like we're doing with Stargirl. Let's pull that back, and because it's about Naomi. So after all of that, she goes back to the D dude to ask him after she seen the newspaper about that situation, and then that's when he pulled out some wings out of his back. I felt like he was Thanagarian. I just felt like it because that's one of the things in her comic that is a thing. Apparently there was a Thanagarian Anaran that lived in the town where she was at, and that she was adopted into, and yeah, I'm not gonna say anything else about what I read. But I'm hoping to see some of those elements implemented into the show, and as they do, I will point them out. So that was one of them. There is a Thanagarian on this show, and apparently he's on her side. He's like, "There's nobody like us, and you don't know." Okay, everybody with the mysteries. And she finally asked the right question, "Who am I?" And then that's how the episode ends. So they did leave me on a cliffhanger that made me curious to want to see the next episode. So that was good. They have a beautiful set and beautiful backgrounds. That was good. So far, the acting is okay. I'm liking that a little bit. I'm liking the people that's Naomi's parents. I'm liking Naomi. Some of her friends could do a little better. Some of them could actually go boo boo and bye bye. I don't need them. But other than that, yeah, so far so good for the first start of the first episode of this new DC CW show. Naomi, so happy to see her live action. Okay, so there you go. See you guys next time for episode 2 of Naomi.